What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer, and I finally got my hands on the Sony WF-1000XM3s. Sony was cool enough to sponsor today's video and get these in my hands so that I can give you guys my unfiltered thoughts on their latest earbuds. Now, the Sony WF-1000X, it's a mouthful, but it shares a very similar model number to the WH-1000XM3s, which are the bigger over-ear headphones that have gotten extremely popular these days because it's just an amazing pair of headphones. So with these being so closely named after them, the expectations are really high. Now, let's start off with the design. These share a similar design language as the WH. They've got that black and copper look going for them. It's a very classy and clean look, and even the travel case that you use to charge these has that nice black and copper look. They both feel and look very premium. It's made out of plastic, but overall in the hands, it doesn't feel cheap. When it's inside of the ears, they don't protrude too much. They don't exactly get tucked away inside the ears, but they also don't look very large, which I'm a huge fan of. Ari actually saw them in my ears one day and she's like, oh, those actually look pretty good. Not something you hear a lot from truly wireless earbuds, so Sony's doing something right in the design department. They absolutely look like the earbuds version of the WHs. And Sony actually offers another color. It's one of those beige and copper options that actually look pretty clean, but I gotta say, the black, that's where it's at for me. But we gotta talk about comfort. I usually have a lot of trouble keeping earbuds inside of my ears. I got funny shaped ears. Thankfully, that wasn't an issue with the WFs. With these, they have multiple points of contact so that they can rest on your ears. You of course have the silicone ear tips that stay inside of the ear canal. And there's also another point of contact right at the base of the earbuds, which has a rubberized finish to it, which is different from the plastic that's around the earbud itself. So with that point that stays on your ear, you've got another point of friction so that it doesn't fall out if you're doing some kind of crazy activity or if you're moving around a lot. It actually does a really good job at staying placed. So in the comfort department, I was very happy with my experience here, especially because I didn't need to add any kind of wingtips to make sure that they stay in. The design that Sony came up with actually works pretty well, and I've had no issues. Now, Sony does supply a bunch of different ear tips. You've got extra small, small, medium, and large silicone tips, and they also include these extra foam tips. So if you're familiar with compli foam tips, these are actually included, but they're a bit on the softer side compared to regular compli foam tips that I've used in the past, and they actually feel extremely comfortable. Now with design and comfort aside, let's start talking about what makes these things special. Now, if you know Sony headphones, you know they tend to offer a lot of features, and this one is no different. And you'll notice on both earbuds, they've got these touch panels so you can control the earbuds or the audio that you're listening to. On the right earbud, you get pretty standard stuff. You've got your play, pause, skip a track, go back a track, answer calls, that kind of deal. But on the left earbud, you're gonna be able to toggle between the different noise cancellation features, like turning on or off the ambient sound. And within the companion app, if you don't care to toggle between the noise canceling modes, you can actually switch it to activate Google Assistant. Now, the only thing that's actually missing here from these touch controls is the ability to control your volume. So if you wanna change your volume, you're gonna either have to activate your voice assistant and tell it to raise the volume, or go straight to your device. That's like one of the only features that's really missing on these earbuds that I wish was there, but it's not a deal breaker. Honestly, I'm just glad that this thing doesn't have any of those tiny buttons, because usually tiny buttons on earbuds like this, they're just really awkward to use. So having a lot of those touch controls makes things a lot easier. Now, we kind of touched on the fact that this thing has active noise canceling, and I gotta say, guys, it's one of those features that you don't really expect to have on earbuds, since they do a pretty good job at isolating sounds through passive noise cancellation, but it is awesome that it's there. When you just have the earbuds in your ears and you switch that active noise canceling on and off, you definitely see the impact of what it's doing. And when you're playing music, forget about it. There's a low chance you're gonna be hearing anything unless it's like a very piercing sound. I was actually at the train station where there happened to be a bunch of construction. It did a great job at blocking out everything except for the massive, massive jackhammer. And I even made sure to turn the active noise canceling on and off to really see if it was making an impact. And I gotta say, having it on made a big difference. So if you're someone who travels and commutes a lot and you're just really trying to block out everything, this thing does an amazing job at that. But one thing that it does have is an ambient noise feature. So with this feature, you're gonna be able to hear the surroundings around you as you're listening to your music or just have the earbuds on. Now what's nice is that within the app, you can control just how much of the ambient sound you want let in, and you can even do a nice focus on voices. So if you don't really care to have the environment come in a lot, you can at least let voices in, so if someone tries to speak to you, you can go ahead and talk to them. Now what's also nice is that if you just place your finger on the left earbud and someone comes up and speaks to you, you're gonna be able to hear what they're saying, carry on a conversation. The mics on the earbuds themselves actually amplify what's going on around you, so you'll be able to hear the voices nice and clearly, even though your ear canals are completely blocked up with the earbuds. Now, what if I were to tell you that the earbuds are able to switch between all those different modes automatically? Well, Sony's got this new feature called Adaptive Sound Control, where the earbuds are smart enough to detect what's going on around you and basically lower the noise cancellation or increase it depending on what you're doing. It uses something called their Sense Engine to know if you're staying still, walking, running, and when you're switching between these different activities, the earbuds are gonna be able to detect that and adjust the ambient sound settings to match the activity that you're doing. So let's say you're doing something like walking, the earbuds are going to adjust and give you a little bit of that ambient sound so you kind of know what's going on around you. But if you're running, it'll give you even more so that if, let's say, a car is coming, you're gonna be able to hear that clearly and of course react to that. But if you're on some mode of transportation, if you're on a train or a plane, it's gonna automatically kick in and give you full noise cancellation so that you're not hearing anything around you. You're able to just tune out the rest of the world while you chill and listen to your music. And I actually found that it detected and activated the different modes pretty well. But I will say, I do think that you should go into the settings and switch the time that it takes to go into the different modes to short, because it isn't a really jarring effect if it's on the short mode. It actually kicks in right when you need it to. So I would definitely suggest, as a pro tip, switch it to short. But one of my favorite features that I feel like all truly wireless earbuds should have at this point is it automatically pausing your audio once you take one of the earbuds out of your ear. And if you put it back inside, it of course will resume. And if you take them out and place them down, even if you don't put them in their case right away, after about 5 minutes or so, they'll automatically shut off so that the battery isn't just draining with them being on and not in use. Now with all these special features and active noise canceling, you're probably wondering just how much battery life can you get out of these? Well, on a single charge, the earbuds will last 6 hours with active noise canceling on, and if you turn it off, you get 8 hours of usage. And with the charging case, you get a total of 24 hours of listening with active noise canceling. And if you decide to go without active noise canceling, you get a total of 32 hours of listening. And even the case has some pretty cool features. It has a quick charge feature where if you put the earbuds in for just 10 minutes, you get 90 minutes of usage, which is enough to cover a commute home. Not to mention they also have magnets inside of them, so it's gonna be really easy to place the earbuds back inside of the case. No fumbling around with it. Once you put them inside the case, they go right into their spot. It also has NFC for quick pairing with devices that support it, and it of course uses USB Type-C to charge. So it's definitely a solid case. I'd say it's about medium sized, not the smallest case I've ever seen, but it's not big enough to cause an issue when wanting to just throw this thing in your pocket. Definitely a good size for all that extra battery life that you get, as well as the extra features. Now, of course, you guys want to know about the sound quality. And I gotta say, right out of the box, I was actually pretty impressed with these. They pretty much hold up to the standards that the WH-1000Xs have, with a really balanced sound. And it offers enough room so that you could go ahead and tweak the equalizer settings to get these to sound exactly the way you want them. Now, you guys know I love me some bass. That's why I love Sony's extra bass headphones. These don't come with a ton of it right out of the box, but they do offer Sony's clear bass feature. So if I want to go ahead and add that bass, it's actually extremely easy to do that, and it puts it right at how I would want any of my earbuds to perform. And I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't really found the need to do that much at all. Honestly, what you get right out of the box sounds really good. Vocals are clear, not a ton of bass. It just really does have a nice overall balanced sound. But like I said, you have more than enough room. These earbuds are capable. If you want to go ahead and tweak it, you can get the sound quality that you want out of these. For a pair of earbuds in the price range that it's in, it definitely doesn't disappoint in the audio department. So were my expectations met with these, considering it's the earbud version of the WHs? Absolutely. With these earbuds, you're getting an insane amount of features, and it can do things that no other earbud on the market is able to do right now. So it's very, very impressive stuff. Honestly, it's not even crazy expensive. There are more expensive earbuds out there that do less than this. So I'm actually really, really happy with these. And I think it's one of those Sony headphones that are just like really easy to recommend. But I wanna know what you guys think. If you own these pair of earbuds, let me know how your experience has been with a comment down below. For those of you who are on the market for a pair of earbuds, these are ones that I think you should seriously consider. But that about wraps it up for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be the cool guy or girl that gives this video a thumbs up. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace.